Hi guys, welcome back to my Brave Views guide. Now I'm gonna review Warrior of Dawn Galuf. So let's start from his normal form. So on the normal form, he is still AoE physical cover tank, but he gets some extra tools to deal damage. Okay, and as a tank, I can say that you don't need to worry about his defense stats because he already has insane 390% defense boost, so you can focus the rest of the ability slots for your attack if you want, but I think it's best to fill it with faster LB rate, LB regen, or evasion, but it's all up to you. Okay, another thing is he has 100% fire and light resist, so yes, he is really tanky against those elements, and 80% draw attack, so make sure you use him when to take single target damage from those elements. And as a support, he also able to give your party fire or light element, okay, and 120% in peril. Maybe this doesn't sound amazing because usually we get like elemental damage boost, but it's still very good in my opinion. And he can also chain, but with Mirror of Equity. And like you know that chaining family is not meta anymore. The damage is also not special, 66.5 times non-elemental damage. That's why I said don't focus on his attack, focus on other stats, because sure he can deal damage but it won't be great. So you might as well focus on his defensive and supportive role. And this Mirror of Equity chain will unlock prayer for the future, and it is also very good skill because it fills 8 limit burst crystals to all allies, and you can triple cast this. So within one turn you can fill 24 limit burst crystals to all allies. Very good, right? And remember, he can also use Entrust, and the best part about his Entrust is he only needs 22 limit burst crystals to fulfill his limit burst. So just imagine if you have nice limit burst regen and limit burst faster limit burst fill rate, he will able to entrust every turn. And yes, this will be very good for your finisher when they need to stack the damage, for example Angela. Okay, and he also has 75% damage mitigation to himself, so yes, he will be very tanky against physical attack. Okay, he can also support your party with 50% general and physical mitigation. So in terms of supportive and tanking role, I can say that he is pretty decent. And his limit burst don't need to bother unless of course you fight against Beast and Plant or need that damage mitigation, because like I said, it's better to entrust your limit burst to someone else because it is his main strength. Okay, so yes, that's it for the normal form. Now let's talk about his Brave form. So his Brave form, he becomes real attacker. There is no tanking capabilities, and the amazing thing is on +3 he gets 1500 static attack. So wow, very decent attack stats, almost rival Titus. But I can say it's not as good as Titus. First reason, he is absolute Mirror of Equity chainer, and it is locked to Earth element 64 times. So yes, damage modifier below average, lock element, that's already big warning on my eyes. Okay, and the good thing about this Mirror of Equity chain is it reveals 8 limit burst to all allies. So just in case you can use Earth element, then you chain and fill limit burst to all allies at the same time. For Graviton Cannon, simply ignore it because not many characters gonna chain with this, but if you want, you can do that. And his cooldown ability, it gonna buff him 280% attack, 200% limit burst damage, and 30% earth physical damage. But the annoying thing is he cannot imbue himself with earth element. That means you need to equip earth element or have someone to imbue yourself. Okay, but yeah, the biggest feature of this cooldown ability is 80 times limit burst damage modifier. This gonna improve your limit burst damage a lot. Okay, so you're gonna deal 230 times using this limit burst. So it's quite huge because Tidus deal 240 times. So only 10 times less damage modifier. But the biggest problem here is not the damage modifier. It is the chaining. For Tidus, he simply deal finishing attack, 1 hit. But this one, 24 hits attack, and it cannot be chained perfectly with Absolute Mirror of Equity. Okay, you can still chain with Absolute Mirror of Equity, but it will break on like 17 chain and continue until 30 chain. So do you still able to use it as a chainer to finish? Yes, you can, because you only need like 20 hit chains to reach maximum modifier cap chain for true dual wield characters. But the problem is it won't be good for content like Dark Vision, where you want to reach, let's say, 100 chain. You can still do that, okay? You can still do that by training, timing your attack, but yeah, you get what I mean, okay? It is not simply tap tap. Okay, so that's all about his limit burst. It deals nice damage, too bad not with Mirror of Equity. And he also has grandest 30 limit burst to all allies. Wow, this is also very good. He can really support your limit burst for all allies. Okay, really amazing. And that's all for the Brave Shift form. Now let's compare him to other characters. So, as a damage dealer, I will compare him with Star Player Tidus. Sorry guys. Of course, Galuf is the winner in terms of tank, because Tidus cannot become tank. But in terms of damage, sorry, Tidus is still much better. Okay, Galuf simply cannot keep up. Damage modifier is lower, and you need to chain. Okay, remember that you are a chainer, so you will need to wield a damage. It's not like Tidus who deal maximum 240 times on the first hit. Okay, and as a chainer, Tidus is still better too, because Tidus can chain with Stardust Ray meta chaining family. Galuf, oh, Absolute Mirror of Unmetaness. Okay, so let's compare him to Daisy, because Daisy, I can say she is the closest to Galuf, because both of them are AoE physical tanker. But the winner here in terms of damage, of course, Galuf, because Galuf can reach very high attack stats, and you can see that his Brave Shift limit burst damage modifier is also very high. But I can say Daisy is better tank. Okay, she has better all elemental resist, and yeah, better defense stats if I'm not mistaken. But yes, what's really good about Daisy is she chained with Bolting Strike, one of the meta chaining family at this point. So I can say that she can be used as a real backup chainer, unlike Galuf. Yes, Galuf can become backup chainer, but Mirror of Equity, who use that? Okay, if you use Mirror of Equity, then it's good, but let's be honest, global exclusive Bolting Strike, lots of Japan unit Bolting Strike. So really guys, it's not Galuf bad, but it is because they don't spread the chaining families with the same power. Okay, and Daisy also has defense scaling attack, so wielding her may be a little bit easy. Okay, so that's for the comparison. My conclusion for Galuf. So Galuf without a doubt is really good provoker and AoE physical cover with Entrust. And another good thing about Galuf is he has true Brave Shift form, something that Daisy doesn't have. Okay, so you can switch back easily, and as long as you maintain the 100% physical evasion, I can say it's kind of safe on even on his Brave Shift form, because yes, you get 75% damage mitigation and 100% physical evasion. Okay, it depends on how you build him. And yes, his Enthrust is really good on certain party build. Maybe I can say that he is good on Clash of Wheels, because on Clash of Wheels you need to build your party. You need to, yeah, like Angela, yeah, basically you want to use limit burst quite often. Galuf comes into play because he can feel limit burst really easy. Okay, just imagine he only needs 22 limit burst crystals. With 12 regen per turn, you only need to gather 10 limit burst crystals per turn. And if you combine it with high fast LBV rate, wow, you can use Enthrust almost every turn. Amazing. Okay, forget about the damage, unless of course you're able to chain with his Brave Shift limit burst. And his STMR is also pretty decent. Health defense 40%, 50% fire and light resist. If you equip it on him, he gonna has 150% fire and light resist, which is amazing. Okay, and in the end, I can give him 8 out of 10. Not the character itself that's bad. The character is perfectly fine, but the problem is the chaining family. Okay, just in case in the future, Mirror of Equity becomes meta again, Galuf value will be really high, okay, increase from now. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Bye bye guys!